Finally, we're over with that spring training that was just brutal. We hit 270, and of course, they rewarded us by sending us down to Double A. We didn't play any of the first couple games, and then now we're getting in a start, and it really doesn't look like much of a start because we're 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So we're playing for Northwest Arkansas, and it's just, I don't know. I wouldn't say this is the best start to his career, but it's top of the seventh. We're up by 3 with a run on first with 1 out. And I mean, what better chance to make a play right here? And hopefully we don't end up like we did in our first spring training game where we actually ended up with no hits. Like I said, man, it's just tough. I brought up the whole Ichiro situation just so you can understand. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish. So that's a nice hit for his first hit of his young career. This guy's about to get thrown out by a mile. He was not even close. That was a nice little gap hit, but that runner, he was not even close, bro. He threw you out by a mile. You was still running, bro. Bro, that was too easy. I mean, bright side, he gets his first hit, and that's kind of what I could look forward to. He's getting another chance here at the plate. And, I mean, to go from South Korea to Northwest Arkansas, I mean, I really never been to South Korea. I'm thinking that it's more of like a up-tempo kind of place. But, I mean, I don't know, bro. I can't really tell you. I still do think it's obviously a culture shock. First pitch, let's see if we get it into the gap. So, for him, I mean, and it's always that thing, bro. Why again? That's 2 times in a row these dudes try it and get these extra bases and get thrown out by a mile. Look how far he is out by. You should, at that point, don't even slide. At that point, really just run into him like it would have been first base and hopefully he drops the ball because you slotting does nothing. So he goes 2 for 5 in his first game. The manager's not as mad as the last manager from spring training was. I mean, this guy's a little bit more understanding. And right now, the goal has to be to somehow get into the starting rotation because he's not a starter. And they actually end up winning 5-0. So, I mean, 400 to start off his career is not bad at all, but the goal is going to have to be obviously to get into the starting rotation. And that's really the only way to advance. Because if you're a utility player, right? Because he's 13th in the whole league. So that actually means that he's a good player at second base. But he's going to have to advance. So we're going to simulate to May like we always do. And I don't see the point of playing these minor league games. So we're going to simulate to June. And hopefully, like you see, we're in first place. So hopefully we're doing well. And then we're going to simulate to July. And a trade happens. I don't know why it matters for us. I know it's the big league team. But obviously he gets picked to play in the All-Star game. So that's huge. That is the quickest that any one of these players have ever been selected to an All-Star game. And shoot, Araton never even went to the All-Star game. And then for Osvaldo, I think it was like year 3 or 4 or something like that. Like, I think it was probably like year 4. I'm not too sure 100%. I know it was his first year in St. Louis. But you see here, Jong is doing well. He's hitting 285. I mean, that's basically what he was hitting in spring training. That's not super well. But just coming over and it being this change of pace and change in pitching, I think he's doing okay, at least to get selected for the All-Star team. And he's getting paid peanuts like we talked about. $30,000 a year is ridiculous, but you got to start somewhere. So as we go through it, we're just trying to see what is it that he was doing. And he's hitting 247. They're saying that he's been outstanding in June with 20 RBIs. I mean, I guess. I mean, 240 or whatever they said is not good, but whatever, right? Because as we go through here, he's not a leader in any of the major statistical categories, home runs, he's sixth. And then, wait, really? No, that man wasn't sixth in home runs. He's not a power hitter like that. I mean, I don't know. I thought I saw somebody that their name was like, oh yeah, he really is though. 285, 6 home runs, 36 RBIs, 47 hits. Dang, that's surprising. I mean, obviously, you see, I've been using the trading points. So, we're going to get into this All-Star game and Texas League South versus Texas League North. And I guess he really is doing well. I mean, it shows that he's going backwards this past couple of games, but trending downwards. But, I mean, to be a first-year player and an all-star, that's still legit. That's pretty good. I mean, can't really complain. And so, like I said, I think it was a lot of jitters, a lot of like nervousness, a lot of anxiousness for not being able to be in the World Baseball Classic and represent his country, but he's made up for it here. And it's top of the first, 2 on, and let's see if they throw us something sweet. And that was a bad swing. I mean, that was very much inside and could have kind of did without that, but we still swung, so we live with it. And then, come on, throw me something I can hit. That's not bad, but it was very high, so of course it got popped up. Come on, man. Throw me something I could work with. Throw me something I could work with on 1 and 2. That's a nice one. Let me get that. That's my normal catchphrase. We're going to get an RBI with that as well. And for the first time, somebody learns how to beat the tag because, geez, bro, the last couple of times people were getting thrown out. So we get an RBI in the All-Star game. I guess that's cool. Interesting. And we end up 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. This manager seems calm. I guess that's just the whole thing with this game is the manager is just very irate if you don't come through, which makes sense. I mean, sometimes you need tough love and you need criticism. Too many pats on the back for being mediocre nowadays. So I think it's good when you have guys that are going to try to like fire you up and light a fire under you. I just wasn't expecting it. That's really what I'm still saying to this point. So, I mean, we get through the All-Star game and now we're going to just continue to simulate like we've been doing. So we're going to try to get to August. And he's been called up to the Royals actually. So we're not even going to get to August. We're going to be the day after the All-Star game, get called up to AAA. So he's been doing, like I said, not great, but we get the chance to play here in AAA. And I'm not going to take it for granted. I think they changed his number, but I think this is where he should be. I mean, he had a slow start in spring training and a okay first half of the season with AA, but first hit, no, it's going to be a double play on the first pitch. He ends up going 0 for 4. And, I mean, it is what it is. Same thing, and this has happened every single time, right? Every single time he goes to his first game, it's been over. And I'm kind of getting annoyed with it, just being really honest, I'm annoyed because you kind of want everything to be microwavable. You want him to be great right away, but he's not. I mean, he's a good player. He's 3rd in the organization, 29th in AAA at second base. So, I mean, there's work to be done. So, we're going to send him to our next appearance because we want to get that first hit. We don't want to just leave and kind of how we did with AA. We was like, bro, you ain't get a hit, whatever, bro, let's go. I ain't going to do that here. So, he's already, 0 for 7 to start his career. And so, it's just been tough. It's not been an easy road. I feel like Osvaldo was getting home runs and doing all kind of crazy stuff early, but I mean, everybody has a different path. And on that first pitch, he hits it hard into the gap, gets his first hit of his AAA career. that's really all I could be thankful for too, is that he's even at AAA. Like, I honestly think, he's not a bad player, but, with so much there to be worked on and skill points needing to be allocated, you kind of have to be just kind of thankful. So 1 for 4 in this second game. And I never even know if we win or lost. I feel like you really can't even tell the way how this manager is always going to be mad anyways. So they got the L. But you never know. I feel like this manager just be on one anyways. Like, win or loss, he just be bugging out. So, I mean, that's his first game or first hit. In his second game, hitting like 2. Whoa. What am I talking about? What am I seeing? This man is hitting 125. He's like 1 for 8. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. He's hitting 2 anything. He ain't hitting 2 nothing. So we're going to simulate, and this is just to get a little further advanced, because normally I'd simulate here to see if he'd make this All-Star game, but we know he's not. He's just playing in the All-Star game for AA. He's only been in AAA for a week and some change, so we're just continuing to simulate. And obviously, so he gets hurt, a lat muscle strain. I think that's what, in like his shoulder? I don't even know, bro. But it wasn't for long. It was a weak injury. He was healed and back out playing like normal. And we're trying to get through July, and then now we're gonna just simulate to September. Gotcha. That's what I said, because I can't talk. And then now we're gonna simulate the rest of September, and they finished 4 games under 500. I mean, I really don't care. They finished 2nd or 3rd. This wasn't my team. I just got thrown on this team, so I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. And we're simulating now the postseason, because I think I got thrown on this team like in July. So, I mean, the hell you wanted me to do? I don't even know if I start yet. I feel like I'm just a utility player. I really don't know. He has a lot of points to use though, so that's finally something that we can mess with a little bit. And obviously I was messing with it during the season, but I mean, finally having some points where we could get into doing some hitting drills with the hitting coach and fielding drills, and like about time, because I'm just kind of annoyed with even just with playing, bro. He just doesn't have the pop to his bat. It's like, even when he does hit it, it's a pop out. And then sometimes when he does hit it, he hits it right to the other team. So I'm struggling, and hopefully those points right there can help. I was going to say those advancements, like, I don't even know, not even speaking English. So his money went up. So it went from 30,000, it doubled because he went from AA to AAA. And that's usually how it is. Anytime that you get moved up, your money gets moved up as well. So his contract was only supposed to be for 108,000, but now if it's like 71 times 3, it gets to be like 21, and then I think it was like 705 and 708 or whatever it was. So his contract basically doubles, is the best way to put it. So we simulate the offseason. There's really no drama after his first year because he had signed a 3-year deal. As you see here, he's getting invited to spring training again, which is a good sign, because he could have just been like how we saw with other players where they just throw you in the minors. They just throw you into the minors and say that's it. But I think anytime that you're getting invited to AAA or AAA, anytime you're getting invited to spring training, especially when you're in AAA, that means you might actually have a chance. And for me, I'm simulating it. I mean, I don't want to play those type of games. Like, if I get an opportunity, fine. And you see here, he's going to start the season at AAA anyways in year 2. So let's just make the best of it. But like I said, it is good and encouraging to get invited to spring training. So his contract is now 3 years, $225, which is good. And there it goes into another video from Jong Han. Drafting South Korea for the Major League. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.
Main topic in they mentions. I got them fanned out.